Revival House Network.
Hello.
Yo, we're getting ready to do fucking See the Chucky. You want in, baby?
And don't like the brags, I don't like the boast. They like hot butter on the breakfast toast. Watching flicks, talking chicks that like to motorboat. Can Riverman make it yo a check? Nope. So look at all these movies I got. Commenting like, should we watch them or not? And I know they just be acting for cash, but I still got one question to ask. Like, why'd he do that, do that, do that? If that was me, I'd be like, screw that, screw that, screw that. I'm an alpha, I'd eat through that, through that, through that. So why'd he do that, do that, do that?
All right, what's up, everybody? Revival House, BTM, Zach, Aaron, and we're here this week continuing our sorta Christmas exploitation. These are like loose Christmas movies. And I don't know if this was intentional or not, but last week we did Friday After Next, and that's pretty much loose. I mean, I know they try and sell you with that Christmas aesthetic, but come on.
That movie's loose as fuck. It's been fucked by the biggest cocks, the fucking fattest dicks ever.
This one, we're going to jump right into it. We're doing the maligned, the Mac fucking loathed Seed of Chucky. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, play.
Hell yeah. This movie, fucking, we couldn't remember because it's been like years since we saw this. If like, does this movie take place all around Christmas, or is it just that opening scene where they're making the fake movie within a movie? And we ultimately decided it doesn't even fucking matter because that's about 5 minutes of the movie, which is ironically the same amount of time Friday After Next had that felt Christmassy.
It's not necessarily a bad idea to, deviate from traditional Christmas flicks because...
Oh, dude, look, we're drowning in the cummies. This is like a fucking an adult version of Goosebumps.
What was that? GV set? What the fuck was Goosebumps rated?
Yeah, TV
Y7.
Y7.
Y7 because it may be
too
too spooky for children under 7. Oh, there's the spermies. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, are we watching Look Who's Talking?
I kind of wanted to watch that movie actually because I think it's on Disney Plus. I think they have the Look Who's movies.
If we ever do a fucking
baby exploitation.
Well, no, if we ever do one of those fucking things I used to do, those fucking podcast commentary promos, I could just put the fucking sound over this video of Bruce Willis being like, "Oh yeah, let's get to the egg, let's go."
The 5-minute videos, yeah, I can see that.
Be donk.
If we did a baby exploitation, we'd have those movies. We could do. I mean, Little Rascals are too old for babies, so that doesn't count. Baby Geniuses, that fucking aborted mess. What other movies would apply? Baby movies. Oh, Baby's Day Out.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
One of the many Home Alone ripoffs in the wake of that movie. It's like we gotta do Home Alone, but we gotta do our own spin on it. Let's make him even younger.
Oh, we'd have to do Rosemary's Baby too.
Yeah, I guess technically that falls into it. Can you imagine what that boardroom was like though? That writer's room, like we gotta make him younger. It's gonna be a baby though, and he's gonna be outside. We're taking it outside of the house. You thought a 10-year-old kid that can outsmart, a bunch of crooks in his own house was smart? No, he had home field advantage. We're gonna take a little baby, and we're gonna put him on like construction sites and high beams and shit, and he's gonna outsmart a bunch of mafiosos because they were mafia, right? Like Joe Mantegna and stuff.
Ah,
yeah. I don't know. Who knows? I don't even remember.
Look, they all got made in Japan on the wrist all of a sudden. Look at their wrist when they dip and they suck on the bitch. They fuck on the bitch. Yeah.
No, but I don't think it's a bad idea to sort of do these like loose movies because if we were to stick to trad Christmas movies, we'd probably run out pretty quick. We'd start like scratching our heads for ideas. Like even before we started and actually picked our first movie with Friday After Next, I think Mac or somebody said, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. Like that's what we've already come to. Like we already did the first couple. It's like, well, now we do 3 and 4 now.
Yeah. He was like, let's do Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 because we're on that one. I'm like, no. I'm the only one that's seen all the other Silent Night Deadly movies, and they're all shit. So fuck that.
But when we're grasping at sequels to the movies we already did, it's like, I mean, what we could do: Black Christmas, the remake, and the original. They got another one, a PG-13 one, a Blumhouse one. Ernest. I guess we could do Ernest.
Fuck yeah.
We still haven't done Ernest Says Christmas, but there's really not that many. I don't think it's a big deal to sort of do these not a Christmas commentaries, right? Start grasping.
Mm-hmm.
Is this our Christmas moment coming up, or I can't remember?
It's coming. Did you see the MILF though?
Yeah, she was hot.
The MILF. See, this is the first thing we saw. This was like, there was a gimmick, like, oh yeah, watch the first minute or whatever. Fucking the new fucking remake of Dawn of the Dead. They did that, and then See the Chucky did it. So this is all we see is this opening fucking dream, and me and Mac are like fucking stoked. We're like, oh fuck, this is. It looks like they're returning to like more fucking scary shit, bro. And fucking the fucking kid, he's gonna be ruthless, and then well, I'll replay us sitting in the theater. I'll reenact it when it happens. Whenever
and scene. Like, yeah. I want you to morph into young Zach watching this for the first time right now. Go. We're in the theater.
Well, it's not there yet. Well, I'll do it when it gets there.
Yeah, we'll just do it. Pretend like we're watching for the first time.
Oh, yeah. This is the part we've already seen. Yeah, we're going to see fucking Chucky. He's going to turn and show, not Chucky, but the kid. He's going to turn and he's all like fucking creepy looking. He sees himself in the mirror. It's fucking creepy. This could be donk.
Well, you did that right, except you said we've already seen it. You're supposed to be like, oh man, this is cool. What's this? I ain't never seen this before.
Well, no, we had already seen it. We already seen the fucking first couple minutes of it because they showed it on TV to get everybody excited. Oh, look at that guy. That's a Chad.
Yeah.
That's a fucking Chad. And that mom's a Stacy if I ever saw one.
You know what's funny is I don't fucking hate this movie like Mac hates this movie. And maybe... Like, when I think of a movie I absolutely just fucking loathe, it's a flick that has no redeemable value or quality. This is trash. Hot garbage, in fact. But I can at least say that it doesn't really bore me. Mm-hmm. It's so ridiculous and outlandish and fucking stupid and almost borderline offensive that you can still kind of keep your eyes glued to it.
For me to hate a fucking movie, it has to bore me, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like this, as long as it's got something. I'm trying to think of a movie. Oh my goodness, fun. You know what movie I watched, which might be, I don't know if I'll go as far as say it's the worst movie I've ever seen. It might be, but I'll definitely say it's the worst fucking big studio tentpole movie I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. You remember that Ridley Scott movie that came out like, fucking 6 or 7 years ago, I think, called The Counselor?
No.
Okay, well... It's got that Javier Bardem guy, you know, the guy from No Country.
Oh,
right. Okay, and I think No Country, I believe, came out in like 2012 or something like that. And I remember this movie was one of the movies he got hot off the heels off the Oscar win for that movie. You know, because he was huge after that flick.
Tits.
Yeah. Psycho nod.
Nice.
Anyway, I feel like it probably came out in like 2013, 2014. I don't know. But it was Ridley Scott, and it had an all-star cast, and they were really selling it on the cast. It had that Javier guy. It has Brad Pitt. Michael Fassbender's probably the lead guy. Like Penelope Cruz. Fucking, what's her fucking face? Son About Mary. I can't stand her.
Cameron Diaz.
I find her insufferable. And fuck, man, there's probably even a couple of more A-listers in there. And it's one of those movies where they literally have them all like on the front of the cover. Like, we really want to sell the fact that we got all this talent in here. And it's the only movie I turned it off in 30 minutes. I'm like, I can't fucking do this. And if I don't do that a lot with movies, I stick them out, and it was so fucking bad. Like, I was embarrassed. Like, how did Ridley Scott put this out? How did all these A-list $10 to $20 million paycheck commanding actors sign on for this? And I get it. There's a lot of things that can fuck up a project. Like, maybe it started off, but even the premise was shit. Like, what is this movie? And then of course, I don't like to go and read reviews.
All right, here it is.
That looks like Kirsten Dunst. Like, from the...
So we see this, and we're not saying anything. You can hear a fucking pin drop from Mac and Zach. We're sitting there with our mouths just fucking wide, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it quite a shift.
Yeah, everybody else is laughing. We're looking over at each other like, what the fuck?
But did you not get an inkling that the movie was kind of like this from any promotional materials or whatever?
We did it for some reason. I don't know.
What year did this come out? Like 2003 or something?
2006, I want to say.
Yeah. Well, internet was around. I don't know, but yeah, it would have been funny to have witnessed that. But this movie's, I think Glenn kind of looks cool. I think it's kind of like,
this came out in 2004.
2004, okay. It's not the worst animatronic I've ever seen. It's kind of funny.
We were not laughing. We were not happy.
Yeah, let me finish this tangent on this movie real quick, and I'll get back to this because I want to comment on Mancini.
I'll probably interrupt you if you're still going on the scene where he's running, and it's funny looking, though.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that looks ridiculous. When he's running away off the fucking thing, he jumps off. That looks, yeah, it's ridiculous. No, but anyway, this movie's bad. I don't like to read reviews before I see a movie, especially if it's one I missed and I can't remember what people thought about it, because I don't want it to, influence me or whatever. But anyway, after I turned this movie off, and if I went and saw this in theater, if I paid money, I don't walk out of theater. I would have walked out on this because it was 2.5 hours too. And it was the worst piece of shit. I would have bailed. And I actually would have, I've never done that. I would have asked for my money back. You ever done that at a theater?
Yeah.
You have, and usually, I think all sales are final, but I've never heard a story where they didn't comply. Like, if you walk out 30 minutes after showtime, clearly you're not fucking with them. Like, hey, this movie's shit. I don't even want to finish it.
Here's the Christmas spirit coming at us. The glory's going to come on our face.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But anyway, long story short, fucking, I looked up the reviews on Letterboxd, and yeah, I guess it's pretty much reviled. It's fucking, it's supposed to, everybody thinks it's like the worst movie of all time, which I don't know what counts, man. I kind of want to get credit on Letterboxd. Do you give yourself credit if you gave 30 minutes and it was so bad you couldn't finish it? Do you say I've seen that?
If I can't finish a movie, I give it a 0.5 star.
Yeah.
If it's so bad I can't finish it.
I feel like I have to give myself credit on Letterboxd. I don't think it should go unseen, like on my stats there, because it's fucking that bad. I want to remember that.
You know what's funny though is I can't bring myself to rate it unless I sat through the whole movie. I'm such a fucking a tool. But yeah, I'll make any excuse. I'll look at my phone the whole time. Like, just as long as I'm there when the credits start rolling, I'm like, okay, I watched it.
Wait,
but then I'll give it a 0.5 star because I wanted to shut it off.
I'm confused though. If you can't rate something you didn't finish all the way through, then why do you give stuff you can't finish a 0.5 star? I'm confused.
I end up finishing it, but I give it a 0.5 star because I wanted to shut it off.
So you're saying I don't get credit?
You can do whatever you want, man.
By Zach's rules, I don't get credit, dude. But to me, I feel like I should. To me, like that is I wish I could give it 0, because it's like if I gave a valiant effort into watching the movie and I couldn't finish it by causes that are not my fault, I feel like that should be noted. I wish there was a selection where you could put could not finish it, like tried an attempt. It was so bad.
You need to work on their team and tell them that.
Because I would have that for Chud all day long. Like, I've tried watching this 7 times. Can I have credit?
Oh, look at him. Look at him holding the knife.
Look at his little rubbery hand. Look at it.
Looks very robotic.
It also looks like his hand's deflated. Like, it didn't on the close-ups, it looks fine. But from a distance, yeah, he looked like the animatronic in his rubbery hand.
See, at this point, again, we're just like, it's happening all over again. We're fucking like, oh, this will be good, maybe. And then this happens, and we're like, fuck.
It's like meta. They're trying to be like Scream, bro.
Yeah, we're like,
or like New Nightmare.
They just keep fucking twisting the knife even more. Oh, did you check out me on the fucking on Movie Graveyard podcast, baby?
Oh, I heard about it. I think I saw in passing that you posted, but I fucking forgot about it. I was working.
We did fucking Critters. It was Donk. The goat.
All right.
The goat is the goat. We need him on the show at some point. He's Donk.
Tell me about the podcast.
Fucking Movie Graveyard. It's that show. I crashed another show that fucking Corey G used to be a part of.
Really? Okay, so I'm not too familiar with it. How'd that hookup go?
Well, yeah, we just started talking, baby. He commented on, he's like, I've been listening to the stuff. I've been listening to Mac and Zach at BTM. And I've known about BTM. He used to be, when J-Dog leaves the Exploited Cinema, they replace him with a couple guys, and the GOAT is one for a while.
So are they pretty much just on podcast networks? Are they on YouTube as well, or what? Where can people hear this? Because I'm going to look it up right now and sub.
Movie Graveyard. I'll post a link in the description, baby.
Is it, let me see, The Movie Graveyard? Is it like a stack of VHS tapes?
Mm-hmm.
Where it says The Movie Graveyard across the tapes?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
It used to be 90s Movie Graveyard, but then they dropped the 90s. They want to branch out to more than just 90s.
Hey, they got a few more ratings than we do. Hey, everybody. that listens to them and not us. I don't know why you'd be listening to us now, but fucking give us some ratings too. If you like what Zach did. Yeah, Critters. There it is. It came out on the 25th.
Critters.
That's cool, man. Is there any other episodes you'd recommend?
Hell yeah, there's a bunch of great ones. They did the Rocky movies. Fucking hell yeah.
They did Drag Me to Hell, man. We need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do a Raimi exploitation. Do Drag Me to Hell. Do The Gift. Now, The Gift is more like a cinema enema. Which, by the way, are we going to try and squeeze in a cinema enema at least recorded this month? You think?
Mm-hmm.
For next month, I'll do it whenever you want to do it, man. You just got to watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm looking for. I almost want to watch it again because now it's been a little while. I remember it fucking really well, but it was an interesting watch. I'd love to get it on 4K, and it was funny because we were talking about that, about how it's not out and it seemed to stop getting pressed or whatever, which is odd for a movie that had such a fucking rumbling in the media and stuff, especially at the time. And then it was Mendoza, the Omega, that posted in YouTube that, hey, it's got a 4K release. I looked at that link, and it's like a Euro thing, or not our region. It's in Europe or wherever, and I'm like, fuck. And it legit is coming out like a week from whenever I said it. But
if it's a 4K, then there's nothing to worry about. I think they're all region free now.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I don't know who put it out, but it was a really slick collection. But I thought that was really fucking weird that I finally watched that shit, and I'm like, hey, this should be out. It's not. And then it was literally coming out. I think my senses. I was like, it was our periods. I was having my
Your
period.
Spidey sense was tingling.
I was having my period along with Mickey Rourke at the same time, and it made the stars align.
Dong.
Right. But what was I fucking watching? I was gonna say something. You started talking. Oh, speaking about podcasts, did I already address on our show that our appearance on the Nightmare Junkhead did air?
Yep. We talked about that.
I did. Okay, I couldn't remember. But did you listen to that by chance?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
We are fucking ridiculous.
Isn't it fun? I felt like we were trying to make them uncomfortable if possible. And I think we succeeded. And at first I thought we did too good of a job and they didn't post it. That's what I thought happened because I never heard anything. I'm like, I didn't see any posts or anything.
Look, there it is.
Look at that. Oh, yeah, it looks cool.
That's got to be on the thumbnail somewhere.
Like right there, that's a big thumbnail. Look, it's all green screen.
We could show that and then show fucking like what's his name? Coming to a noted land. So what you saying, yo? I'd show that from the video where he's like talking to the camera while he's running, just next to each other. Fucking, that'd be donk.
How rando that we have John Waters in this.
Yeah, fucking John Waters.
It's weird. I guess this is John Waters exploitation part 2, technically.
Yep.
Is this the last Chucky that we've done that we need to do?
I think it is, between all of us.
Okay, but I don't think we've done 3, me and you.
Nope. One of the best in the series.
Oh man.
One of the best.
How did fucking Siri activate? I didn't touch shit. Now it's looking up. Now it's saying everything you're saying. Now it's looking at fucking Chucky too. No. But yeah, anyway, it was funny though. I thought that podcast went well. I was concerned, like, oh man, maybe we went too far. And but no, it seemed to be pretty funny. And I like how at the intro they were giving us props, like on our segment. Or I don't know if it was props or not, but they were basically saying, yeah, they made us blush a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool. Look at them tits.
Hell yes.
Look at them milkers.
Who was it that was supposed to be playing fucking Redman's character at first? I forgot.
Mike Epps? I don't know.
Maybe.
He looks like a Mike Epps, right? He looks like a Mike Epps role.
Fucking Redman. Was he even being talked about when this movie came out?
How random is fucking that?
Yeah.
Like, obviously they made a conscious effort to get some kind of pseudo celebrity in this movie because the whole thing's trying to be meta, I guess. But where did they reach out to Redman, or they're like, hey, we're looking for a C grade, kind of recognizable, but you know, fucking, and they just put the casting call out, and they could have interviewed him along with fucking Peter Brady, along with fucking Flava Flav, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah! Look at them tits. I just want to fuck them tits. I just want to fuck them tits. No, I'm trying to sound like her. I can't. You want to fuck my tits?
As soon as I get this sausage out of my mouth, I'll do it.
You're eating? See, you yell at me for eating. Here you are eating. on the podcast.
I was trying to hide it. I'm so fucking hungry, man. My whole day
Fuck, boy.
has been back to back between working.
Hey, I watched fucking Rambo.
Well, one thing at a time. I want to talk about Rambo. Fuck yeah. Well, hold on. Yeah, busy day, man. Work and mixed with I closed on a refi today, and that fucking took a bunch of time. But anyway, I'm starving. But I'm trying not to.
See, that's why I started mentioning Rambo. I figured I'd give you time to just fucking chow down that fucking dank ass sausage.
Okay, go ahead and tell me your opinions on Rambo.
I watched Rambo and fucking it was okay. It was fine. It had you know what I thought of the whole time? It had a very Monster of the Week vibe. It reminded me a lot of the Hellraiser straight-to-video Dimension movies where they just take a script and smack fucking Rambo in there. That's what I thought. Mm-hmm. But I didn't hate it. It was fine.
It's pretty much every revenge movie we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But my piece on that is, like, people come out and come at Rambo too harshly. It's like, dude, it's a fucking Rambo movie. Like, don't go in expecting, some fucking great, original masterpiece worthy of fucking Mark Twain and dialogue. No, it's bullshit. Like, you go see Rambo because it's an action movie. You want to see people get killed. You want to see Grandpa Rambo fucking deliver old man justice on people. I mean, that's all I want. When it comes to action movies and it comes to things like revenge flicks, I never expect for those to be totally unique. And I kind of am all right with that. When I watch those movies, I'm expecting formula. I just want good kills. And I want a tight pace. And I'm happy. I've said it a million times, man. Action movies. How many fucking Death Warrant is the same movie as Lock Up. It's the same movie as this. It's the same. They've all been rehashed. And the thing is I could like every movie that comes out that's rehashed from the same script. Mm-hmm. I don't let it bother me too much. I grade different types of films and different filmmakers and everything else by different scales. So
yeah. So now we're seeing him in a movie. Fucking Glenn is meeting his parents for the first time, and he's got the heart of Timbala, that amulet from that was just shoehorned into fucking Bride of Chucky. Now, how did he find that and know? Oh, this is from my parents, though.
And it's written on there so conveniently.
And he knew that was how you resurrect him. Does he have Google? Is that what it was? I don't remember.
So I'm not assuming that they even explained it, but I'm going to ask anyway. At the end of Bride of Chucky, the baby was born. They're presumed dead, right? The dolls. How did they get into Hollywood? I get it. She possessed Tiffany, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
No, wait. That didn't happen in Bride of Chucky. I'm so confused. How did they get...
It happens in this one.
How did they get... Yeah, just here recently. How did they get from the end of Bride of Chucky to the beginning of their appearance here in this movie? How did they get to Hollywood?
Who knows? Fucking, the company, they reopened Good Guy because they wanted to make a movie about the killer doll, and, fucking, a machine was dragging their dead bodies over the fucking liquid skin, and some of their blood dripped in again. That's all you guys to know.
Wait, that did happen?
I'm just fucking re-saying what happened in the beginning of part 3 to make sense out of this one.
So, and why do they feel a need to have redone the dolls?
Yeah, they look different.
I mean,
that's just a thing. That's like they get the new effects team on board, and they're like, "Oh, we got to put our own spin on Chucky. We can't just use somebody else's work."
Even though it's a waste of budget. I mean, because it's like they look similar, but they're just a little off.
They're like glossier looking, like they're shine.
Yeah, they don't look.
Paint job.
They don't look different enough to where it justified some sort of vision. It's like they were trying to emulate the last creators. Like maybe they couldn't use it. Like we're gonna try to get close. But yeah, it's a little glossier. It looks like Chucky's wearing fucking makeup, just like Tiff. Tiff's got like tits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Even the doll's got nice tits.
Yeah. Would you fuck
the doll?
Would you fuck the Tiff doll?
Hell yes.
No, seriously. Like, would you fuck the Tiff doll? Or would you let her slob the knob?
Hell yes. I'd fuck that hole in the back that fucking yellow thing plugs into. I'd fuck everything, every hole on that doll.
That's funny. The battery pouch?
Hell yes. Now, see, this is the guy we talk about it on the Critters commentary. There's this guy, I found a picture of him. He got like a really cool looking fucking replica of a critter. And I asked him where he got it, and he was saying that this guy right here, fucking basically, he found molds of the original Chiodo Brothers creations from part 2, and he made a new one based on it, and he had it at his booth at a comic convention or something, and he said, "Can I buy that?" And he's like, I guess. And he had to take out a loan to buy it.
Wow. I wonder how much he paid for it.
Yeah, he didn't say.
And I wonder if he's made that money back. I mean, obviously you don't take a loan out. He's, damn.
And apparently it's made to last forever, while the old ones were made like they're rotted away by now.
That's so weird looking.
My voice is fucked up. I got a cold. I always laugh at how that head pops off.
Yeah, like a zit.
Goofy. Very goofy.
Yeah, that looked like really bad PlayStation 1 CGI cutscene when his head's up in the air.
It's like you're playing a game, it looks a certain way, then all of a sudden it looks a little better, and you're seeing Leon come in to see the liquor for the first time, and it kind of looks like a really shitty looking Pixar movie, but then it goes back to looking like, normal.
But back in the day, that looked really cool. You know what's funny? It's funny you bring that up. I get into my backlog, gaming-wise, I finally beat fucking Yakuza 0. Because I beat that fucking game with super. I can't imagine. There's 7 mainline games in the main series, and they take 50 to 150 hours. Like I can't. It's one of those games where you dump 50, 60, 70 hours into it, and you've only unlocked like 25% of the achievement trophies. You know what I mean? Look at that. It's fucking ridiculous. The looks on their faces.
It's funny though, because we know Chucky doesn't have a dick either. We've seen him naked.
Why is he judging? Well, did he develop a dick? Well,
just retconning shit.
He said the plumbing still works. He feels like Pinocchio. You know what I mean? That's what he said. In the 4th one, did he grow a dick in Bride of Chucky?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know why they wouldn't show it though.
I'm starting to feel like Pinocchio down here. Yeah. Yeah, God, I like Bride of Chucky, but that movie begat this movie with all its doll and toy puns, wood puns. It's just ridiculous. A nice hunk of wood. I didn't hear her complaining last night. I think Bride of Chucky does it perfect as far as the shtick, letting it be funny and sort of being a trope. Then they just took it too far with this one. It's kind of like how Resident Evil 4 did something completely different and it was great. And then they went full retard with 5.
They stomped it into the ground. And then we were tired of that shit real quick.
It's like, wow, this is shit, But yeah, anyway, going through that backlog on the games. Anyway, I finally beat that, and I told myself, because I got that Kojima game, right? I got Death Stranding, and that fucking, I was so behind playing that Yakuza game. I got Death Stranding when it came out a few weeks ago, and I'm like, well, I don't want to go from one long-ass story-driven game to another one. I got to cleanse the old palate. So I decided, okay, I'm going to play Medieval, the remake on PS4, and maybe the Ghostbusters remaster, right? And those are 2 games I can kind of juggle back and forth. If I'm playing like a really in-depth Death Stranding or something, or even I don't want to play more than one thing. I just want to focus. So I played Medieval. I played that for a few hours. Then I don't know why I got a little tired of it. It's fine, but I wanted to play Ghostbusters. So I've been playing Ghostbusters, and you mentioned cutscenes, right? That when they look gaudy and a little out of place. So this game is a remaster, right? And it's originally an early PlayStation 3 game, back when they had like the side spine, and the Spider-Man movie logo and all that shit. At the time, Ghostbusters looked fucking amazing. It's like, well, it was revolutionary. It looks so fucking cool. And it actually does still look good. But I can't help but play it now, and I'm like, man, if only this had like modern, up-to-date, brand new PS4 graphics, it would look so fucking cool, like with the actors' faces and everything else. It would feel even more like I was playing a movie. But it still looks good, and it still has its charm. Anyway, it's one of those cases where they didn't remaster the cutscenes, right? And the gameplay they did a really good job. It's really bright.
I guess when they pre-render cutscenes, they can't remaster them because it's just a video file. They don't have the original stuff.
Yeah. And it really takes me out because in this game, the cutscenes, they don't change the graphics from the in-game graphics. Mm-hmm. I would almost understand if it like looked like way better or something, but no, it's like you go from, it's just, I don't know. It's just like you're playing it and all of a sudden it gets shittier. It literally, and I don't even remember it looking that bad on PlayStation 3, but maybe it did because PlayStation 3 was HD. But anyway, it's all right. You get used to it. But my biggest problem with it though is they didn't level out the sound. Like when those when the cutscenes kick in, it's like fucking louder than shit. Like it's honestly clipping and I have to turn down my TV. But then when it goes back to gameplay, I got to turn it back up again.
Yeah, hopefully I can fix that with the update.
I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't affect you from enjoying the game, but I kind of found it amateurish. Like maybe it's something they can't fix. Maybe it's attached to that whole like pre-recorded thing. I don't know. But they've done that with remasters in the past, and the sound's been leveled. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, if it's something that could have been fixed, like I was just kind of. If I was reviewing video games for a living, I'd have to dock it for little shit like that. But other than that, I'm having a great time with it. I kind of forgot how much fun it was. Mm-hmm. Even though I had a blast playing it when it first came out. I didn't have a PlayStation 3, but I dog sat for my uncle and his wife when they went on vacation, and he had a PlayStation 3. So, but he didn't have any games, dude. He was one of those guys that just kind of bought everything that was new and then traded it in after like a few weeks, and he's like, "Oh, I don't like this." Mm-hmm. You know, he just buys all the latest whatever, and then he lets it build up, and then he ends up selling it on Craigslist for like an eighth of what he paid for it after never touching it. But anyway, he had it, and I went to Family Video and I rented Ghostbusters, and I played it all weekend, and I had a great time. And that game came out pre-achievements, like they didn't even implement trophies. There was none of that stuff yet. It was like ghetto PlayStation Network. But anyway, I feel the same way about it then as I do now. It's not so much. It's more of a interactive movie than a game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it's so linear. It's just, but it's fun though. I mean, you're literally just being taken through a movie, and you're kind of like involved. But it's not really. If you play it on easy mode, it's literally just. I don't know. You're just enjoying a story. I put it on medium, and it's kind of annoying. Like some of the ghost battles are a little too hard. Like I kind of wish I could change it in the middle of it. And you also see how. Controls got improved over time. Like it plays a lot like Metal Gear Solid 5, right? The over the shoulder, that kind of Resident Evil 4 thing, and the way everybody moves. But like it's so similar that I keep wanting to do all the motions that I play with Snake and Metal Gear Solid 5. Like I want to like hold in the L3 trigger to run, to sprint, but no, you don't. You have to awkwardly hold circle, which means you have to let up off of your like gun button. It's kind of
that's like Resident Evil.
It's imperfect, and all it does is make me want to play Metal Gear Solid 5. It's like, wow, they really nailed this. I wish they could have went back and just tweaked this. Mm-hmm. But the game's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a blast to play.
Oh, we can mention that Resident Evil Remake 3 is happening.
Oh, I'm stoked, man. And I get Zach has to suck Mac's dick.
I was never involved in the fucking bet.
I heard it. Go back on the podcast. It's on the record. Zach has to fucking swallow that load, fucking gargle that gravy. No, you know what? There's no losers here. I don't give a fuck if we had a bet. At the time, I don't even know how the fucking bet started, because all I said was, I don't think so. And I think Mac...
I was the whole reason I brought it up, like, oh yeah, I doubt that's going to happen, is I was surprised at how fucking entitled gamers are being. Because I always hear, like, gamers get entitled. I'm like, I don't see it. And then that was the first time I was like, yeah, they're being kind of entitled. All these years we've been asking for a remake of 2, and then right away we get it, and they're like, now fucking remake 3. And I'm just like, fucking calm down. And I'm just like, they probably won't. They probably won't, because 3 didn't do that well when it came out.
Well, and then, to be fair, Mac is always gung-ho on the most inaccurate theories ever when it comes to games.
Here's what he said. He already lost the bet, because technically his what he was originally saying was, oh yeah, you know, because I posted like, oh, I'm hearing rumors that they're gonna unveil RE2 at whatever thing was coming up, and he's like, hell yeah, and you know, once they reveal that, they'll go ahead and announce that they're starting work on part 3, and we were like, probably not. That's what it all came from. So he already lost.
Well, and then I think he spun it. He spun it out of control. Like he started taking it really to heart, and then it just spiraled into the fucking, we
and it just became a meme. And it just became a meme. And then like somebody who wasn't in on the bet was all of a sudden the one that was fucking sucking the dick. But it originally was just for like $20. Like $20 said they will. And then all of a sudden, like retroactively on our show, he's like, "No, I want him to suck your dick instead." And I was like, well, he's kind of got to be here to accept that we're changing the rules. So but that just became the meme. And that was okay, all of a sudden, that's the fucking what you got to do if you lose.
But to be fair, on our side of it, Mac he's like always crying wolf. He's always spreading like the most unbelievable, like he's the king of not reading an article and sharing it like on social media. Like and he keeps spamming the most clickbaity fucking, like there's that one website going around. I don't even want to fucking like say their name and give them press, but they're going around a lot. It's like they came out of nowhere and that's the key to success. It's that wegotYoucovered.com. They came out of nowhere and they have just like become this big viral fucking thing. Everybody and
it sounds like a discount website you go to buy condoms.
All they had to do was fucking lie, like, oh, Robert Englund is back on board for New Freddy. I'm like, no, I don't.
Based on something vague that he implied.
Yeah, and it's they go all in. They're not even clever with the clickbaitiness. And Mac posts and I finally commented on one of them because it's like, I think Josh James commented. It was the Freddy one. Josh James said, "Oh, would be cool," which tells you Josh didn't read it either. And I'm like, all right, Mac, I've stood by silent long enough, and you keep fucking spamming this article's shit. Like every week, it's something new. I'm like, this. He's just fucking fake. Stop it. And because he'll like post it and he won't read it, but he'll put like a caption, "Oh hell yeah," or something. And I'm like, you just sound so stupid because you didn't read it.
So we're sitting here watching this fucking hot chick and Jennifer Tilly, and I keep thinking about sliding into her tits, not her DMs, but her titties, while the hot chick is watching her babysitter, whatever the fuck. She doesn't even have a baby. I don't know. She's like a housekeeper or something. But yeah, this is whenever Redman's coming over and shit.
I like that. I like that name drop, man. You just did. Slide it in, right to the top. Gonna slide it in, ain't never gonna stop. That's Whitesnake.
I didn't do that, but
you said slide it in.
I guess it works.
Cue David Coverdale, man, because everything Whitesnake did was a sexual innuendo, right? Every album.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
there's the titties. Her nipples are so freaking pale you can't even see them.
Fucking forget about that every time I watch this movie, and I forgot that existed.
Her nipples match her skin tone.
Yeah, what a missed opportunity. Wait. I forget about that every time. Why did she do that? I'm not really listening to the dialogue. Why did she do that?
Because he's getting ready to jack off into a cup so that they can put the turkey baster in.
I like how they had somebody on there and it said Kelly Clarkson, but it clearly wasn't Kelly Clarkson. Like, why even go with the joke if you have to have the actress there?
Was Kelly Clarkson even a thing? I see there's also a reference for Britney Spears. Yeah. She was kind of gone at this point too.
Oops, I did it again. No,
she's like he wrote it like a year before he made it.
No, I think in 2004 she had that greatest hits compilation single, "Toxic."
She was kind of hot in that video.
But Kelly Clarkson was fucking huge. What are you talking? In 2004?
Whatever.
That first album, that fucking.
I don't pay attention to pop culture.
This was peak Kelly Clarkson, man.
Who's Kelly Clarkson again? Is she the one that won American Idol or something?
The first winner, and then she gained all that mom weight. Now she's kind of like, whatever.
I still fuck her.
I think she's got a daytime talk show she just launched, so she's moved on to that avenue.
Would you fuck Rachel Ray? She got fat.
Did she get like homely fat?
You gotta fuck Rachel Ray. She knows how to cook.
She was cute back in the day. But she said she's gotten plump.
She got plump.
She's gotten plump.
You just smack that ass and ride the wave.
I mean, I still wouldn't say no.
I wouldn't say no.
I
wouldn't say no. See, now I'm unironically sounding like Corey G because my throat hurts.
Yeah. Get in that Rachel, getting that, what's her fucking name again?
Rachel Ray sounds like that too.
Get in that will of hers, man. Give her the ride of her life. You'd fuck the racist one. What's her name? What's the racist cook show lady? The old bitch?
Oh yeah, who was that? I don't even remember.
I can't fucking remember her name. I should. She's pretty. Paula Deen. You'd fucking fuck Paula Deen's ass fucking loose.
I'm not even sure what she looks like.
She'd be fucking secreting shit every time she fucking sat down on the couch.
You let her shit in your face through my fucking, just close your mouth, let her shit in your face, and all you get is like the ribbons of shit that came through the gaps in your teeth. You swallow that shit.
Am I in that will?
Hell yeah.
I mean, if I'm in that will, I might consider it. All right.
'Cause I've done that before. You try to close your mouth and you still get some shit in your mouth.
God bless the little people. Look at him whacking that little dinky.
Hell yeah. They should have showed his dick.
Do they show it spurt like the kid in that fucking movie on the pole?
They should have.
Oh my God. Is he coming?
He's got one of those dicks that you really only need like 2 fingers to jack off and a thumb. But he
Look at
uses his
this.
full fist anyway to not feel inadequate.
How could Mac or anybody absolutely just loathe? Like, this is funny, actually. I think this is ridiculous. It's so over the top that at least think about it. Every scene in this movie has something going for it. Every scene is something outlandish. Whether it's fucking Tiff's tits, Chucky jerking off, it's just Redman showing up anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so fucking nuts that you can't.
See, we need to see Redman fucking those tits and shooting them nuts in her face. I'd be jacking off right now.
Redman, dude, he looks ghetto as shit. Where did Redman even come from, man? I know he collaborated with Method Man a lot, but he wasn't part of Wu-Tang. Was he his own solo thing? Did he come from another project? Or did he pretty much just ride the coattails of Method Man? Was he one of his homies or something?
I think him and Redman like started a group together at one point, and then they made that movie together.
How High? And they're in the new Jay and Silent Bob movie for some reason.
Why not? Fucking maybe they're playing their How High characters.
Maybe.
Trying to build a universe. See, Mac is acting to show up at some point.
Is there an opportunity to watch that new Jay and Silent Bob yet? Or
I saw there was a VH or like a video camera of it. Like someone took a video camera to the theater. It'll probably be out digitally soon, though.
I imagine. Hey,
oh yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say you never told me how many stars you gave Rambo. It was you put it in Letterboxd. How many would you rate it?
6 out of 10.
See, that's not bad for you, especially for you. Like,
it's decent.
And did you like Rambo 4 or no? How do you compare it? They're pretty different movies.
I think I probably would have gave Rambo 4 probably the same or somewhere around it.
They're more or less very similar, but for me, Rambo 4 is just a fucking good time. Like, I acknowledge its thin plot, but like I said, it meets the criteria I want out of a movie like that. It's nonstop action, and it doesn't take any fucking time getting there. And it's just very fast paced, like an hour and a half, like a fast 90 minutes, boom, you're in and out. And this movie's different. It's got a little bit of a slower build, but like, dude, there's like moments of slasher, like when he first goes to that cartel house and he's just like Michael Myers with a knife taking people out. Mm-hmm. It's like there's like slasher elements. And then of course it goes into, everybody keeps saying, oh man, he ripped off Home Alone. Not really.
Yeah, bro, Home Alone ripped off Home Alone. There was a movie that came out that was about a kid doing that shit in Christmas in like the UK or something, like a year or two before Home Alone.
but I mean, like if they really want to play that game, it's just paying homage to itself because First Blood, he laid traps, right?
Yeah.
In the woods, which predates fucking both Home Alones.
They're ripping off Wes Craven, if anything. He's the king of booby traps.
Yeah, so it's more of a genre. Like Home Alone doesn't fucking own that shit. Whatever. It's just almost like a thing. But it was really cool. And they even had the fucking montage, like the Kevin setting the traps dun 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 dun, dun, where he's like doing all the traps and his fucking, except they're doing it to I don't know if it's like the Doors or what fucking music it was. My 4K copy's coming in the mail in a couple days. I can't wait to watch it again.
I also watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, my 4K arrived this week of that too.
That was I liked it a lot.
I liked it.
That was like movie of the year, maybe one of them.
And it's a super super long movie, but it's weird. It's one of those movies that, because sometimes there's movies that are really good and they're fucking longer than shit, but they don't feel like it. They and then there's movies that are super long, but you really fucking love it, but they still kind of feel long at the same time. I don't know. Like to me, Django goes by real fast. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because Django has like, I think it's when a movie has very clear like dividers in like its acts, like just like the scenes and stuff like that. Like if I were to, you watch The Irishman, I watched that, right?
I haven't yet.
Okay, that I'm not gonna give you spoilers or anything, but that movie's 3.5 hours long, and it's a lot of drab fucking city scenery. You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's earned its 3.5 hours. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's worth watching. Have you read a lot of reviews on it? Like a lot of the. Okay, it's kind of divided. I think either people fucking love it, movie of the year, or some people are like fucking boring as tits. And these are people that are Scorsese fans. It's worth seeing. I think the actors in it and the performances really elevate it. Right? Mm. But
if they think tits are boring, I'll probably like it more.
Like so it does kind of feel like, oh, we've done all this before. It kind of feels like it's the same old Martin Scorsese tropes. It's like there's a lot of Goodfellas in here, there's no complaints for me there, but it does kind of feel like Goodfellas without the action. like not enough killing and all the action shit in Goodfellas. But anyway, it feels like Goodfellas, just really long. Goodfellas might be a perfect 10. This movie is like a 7, a solid 7. So, but the performances make it worth it. Like they really elevate it. Anyway, a movie like that feels like 3.5 hours because what?
I always laugh at that. The fucking laugh he does out of nowhere.
John Waters fucking.
And then his reaction to it.
But a movie like that, but Django, because it's like, what, the first part of the movie is him breaking out of the plantation and he meets Christoph Waltz and, they're riding around on horseback. Then the second part of the movie, they're at Candyland, right? They're at the plantation. Then the third part of the movie is like after he's been captured and he gets all the revenge and it's action. So it's like they go so many places to where it feels like it's got this real brisk pace and it never really slows down. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it feels slower, but I still loved it, if that makes sense. I don't know. It doesn't take you as many places, but that ending though, man, was so much fun.
People were saying the ending was fucking shit. People were saying the last 30 minutes was shit.
It makes the movie.
I thought it was fucking hysterical.
It's kind of what Quentin Tarantino's been about for a long time now.
It was a red herring to like completely subject like your expectations because you think I know what's gonna happen from here on out. And he's like, fuck you, you don't have any idea. This is my movie.
He's been about that lately, where he does the real slow build up and just to make that big climax at the end really pay off, right? Mm-hmm. And it works. It makes the first 2 hours worth it. If it didn't have that explosive ending, then I might look at the whole movie like, oh yeah, maybe it is a little too boring.
See, I think I identified with the characters in this one. See, if I like a movie, it's like, oh yeah, it's a 7 or an 8. But if I identify with the characters, it gets bumped up to like 9 or 10. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling these guys. Basically, like, it's probably the most likable characters he's ever written. They never turn to crime. They never like sell drugs or get involved.
Well, it's up in the air if Brad Pitt's character killed his wife.
Yeah, there's like a big question mark on that, but I assumed he didn't because I figure it's Quentin Tarantino. If he had a fucking kill to show, he would have showed it. So I figured he probably didn't.
What's it called though? But yeah, no, and then there's people that like to be hip and pretend like they saw it coming a million miles away. Like, oh, it's called Once Upon a Time. It's a fairy tale. I don't think anybody saw it coming. Yeah, after you see the movie, then it makes sense. Like, oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's a fairy tale, it's a what if, whatever. Then it makes sense. But I think it's like after the fact. But it fooled me. Like I was expecting one thing, and then all of a sudden, Brad Pitt's got his pit bull fucking tearing ass, which is
yeah, like, and it was all about just two people trying to fucking make it in Hollywood.
It's like, so fun. Yeah, it was a simple story of a couple of people and this crazy backdrop. And they had you going all the way until the end because, even the climax looks terrible because like you said, preconceived, they're going to break in the house. What happens. But then you even see like Brad Pitt fumbling drunk and he's going to walk into the scene.
See, I thought he was wasted and fucking walked into their house. Like, fucking...
And it all spells bad news because Brad Pitt's drunk and, wrong place, wrong. I think he comes back for something, right? He goes on a walk and I don't know, but it's like, oh my God, all the tropes. And you don't expect for him to like sick the dog and everything else and him being wasted fucking just tear ass on everybody. And that fucking flame torch, that flamethrower comes back into play is just ridiculous, man. I can't wait to watch it, man. I can't, I just got to find 3.5 hours to kill. It was just tough.
2.5.
Is it 2? That's 2.5. That's what I meant. Fucking Irishman's 3.5, dude. Mm-hmm. It's long. But
that and Midsummer are my favorites of the year.
So what'd you give it though, the Hollywood?
For now, 8, but I acknowledge that, like, yeah, this is probably gonna go up the more I watch it.
Yeah. So, I got a stack of movies I got to watch, man. And I hate that our box doesn't share anymore on Vudu. It's fucking a crime because I'm going to throw in all these movies and you're probably not going to see any of them, but I'm going to throw in Once Upon a Time. What else? I'm going to stack right here. Hold on. I partook in some of the sales, like on Black Friday and stuff. I think it's all a sham. It's all a ruse. Like when they talk about doorbusters and these big things you save on, like TVs, you're not really saving anything. Mm-hmm. It's all a big marketing ploy. Like when they have like doorbuster TVs and shit, you're not getting Ace fucking hardware. These companies release these TV models just for Black Friday, and they're fucking shit, right? You're getting you're getting every dollar you're paying for, and then once like Black Friday or the sale ends, they ship them all back. You're not buying and getting deals on TVs that are on the floor the other 360 days of the year, right? Yeah. So but they're taking advantage of the people that don't know any better. Like, oh, they just want a big screen. Like, I want the 60-inch TV. They don't give a shit. It says 4K, it's 60-inch. They don't care who it's made by. They don't care how many pixels are on that fucking screen. Like, it looks like ass. Yeah, it's 60, inches, but it looks fucking terrible. But anyway, the only time you're going to get deals out of the Cyber Monday, Black Friday shit is when you buy small shit. And for me, I just buy movies and games. That's when I get stocked up on my log, and I just kind of enjoy like that shit all year round. And so I bought the Arrow RoboCop steelbook that they just put out, and I already own.
I want to get that Arrow American Werewolf in London.
I already own RoboCop, the director's cut they put out, so I kind of felt like an asshole for double dipping, but the packaging is so fucking cool and it's got so many special features. I'm like, fuck it, I love the movie so much. I double dipped on that.
Damn titties, though.
I heard the transfer's really fucking good on this too. Hopefully it is. I bought the 4K box set of the Cornetto trilogy. They came out like a few weeks ago, and you could buy them individually, or they just released them in a one set. I just paid for the one set since it was a lot cheaper. So I don't know how good Shaun of the Dead and shit's gonna look in 4K. I guess I'm gonna find out. I really enjoyed those Sicario movies, like I told you I watched this past year, and those were dirt ass cheap at Best Buy, both of them. So I bought both those on 4K. I heard this movie was an abortion. Everybody was shitting on that last X-Men movie, and I didn't want to see it. I never would have paid money for it, but they ran the 4K on sale for literally $3, and I'm like, fuck it, for $3, I'll fucking see it, since I've seen every other one. And then I got my Once Upon a Time. That wasn't on sale. I just pre-ordered that, and I can't wait to watch. I got a lot more too, but now I got to get caught up with all this bullshit.
Did you get the one that comes with the fucking 45 or whatever? The little booklet one?
No, mine's just a steelbook. I don't think so. It's the Best Buy steelbook. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think everybody had like a different thing for it. It was like I think I know what you're talking about. But
hell yeah.
Anyway, so that's cool. And then I bought games. Like I said, I bought the Ghostbusters remaster game. I bought Medieval, these shitty games. It's like, that's where you're going to get your deals, man. Like, load up, buy all these games for $10, $15, save about $20 a pop on them, and that's it. Don't buy anything else other than movies and games.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get anything?
Nope. Still saving up for a guitar.
How close are you?
I need like $300.
Yeah. Man,
I've literally just been fucking buying. Like, all I've been buying is like, food and gas when I need it.
Yeah.
It's taking forever.
You're better than me, man. I
tried to get a loan for like $300, and I don't have any credit, so I couldn't.
You got a loan for $300? I don't think anybody.
I tried.
Nobody's going to give you a loan for $300 because they aim to really benefit nothing off that, right? They want to make interest.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't give them the satisfaction.
Yeah. Well, what you should do though, man, is you should build your credit. Mm-hmm. The easiest way to build your credit is like, does your mom or anybody have a credit card, or anybody you know have a credit card?
I don't know. Why would theirs help build mine?
Because here's how it works. Like, for example, I have a credit card. I have a lot of credit cards, but I have a credit card, right? And I can add an additional user on my credit card account where they're mailed a card. It's my account, but I'm putting their name on it, and I'm in total control. Like if I have an Amex that has a $30,000 spending limit, I can sort of micromanage there, saying, hey, they can only they have a $200 limit, right?
That's cool.
Yeah,
See, I'm probably gonna have to get one of those ones that you could put like $200 collateral on it or something.
Yeah. So anyway, the good and people do this for their kids all the time. People will like get their 17 or 18-year-old kids or something to get them kind of ready for that. They'll just get them like an additional card under their account. They'll put like $200 on it and just be like, "Hey, fucking pay for your gas on it. Just put your gas on it."
Yeah. See, I wouldn't buy anything but like gas on it. Like, you don't want to end up paying more than what you would have.
Well, that's interest. That's what credit cards are in the business for.
Yeah. So you just use it just to build credit. And then now you can fucking get payment plans on stuff. And
well, yeah, that's exactly what it's for. It's like, like, so if you had somebody that could throw you on their account, be like, hey, how much do you pay in gas? Okay, well, how much do you want me to put on your card? All right, well, just to prevent you from whatever, we'll just put $100 on it. Just put your gas and your food on it. And if it's money you're going to spend on that shit anyway, all you do is go on the app, and as soon as you fucking buy your gas, just go on the app and fucking pay it off on the card. You know what I mean? Then just pay for it with your card. That's the easiest way to do it. But yeah, that it sucks, man, that we live in a world that credit determines everything. You don't want to live on credit. You don't want to be in like a whole shitload of debt, but at the same time, you need credit because sometimes you'll eventually get to a point where you need a loan, like homes, car. You can't buy. Nobody has fucking $30,000 in hand or $50,000 in hand. I mean, unless you're like really fucking well off, I guess. But most people, 99% of people, have to go off some kind of loan or trust, and they want to see that, which, is unfortunate.
See, we need to do what fucking Kevin Smith talked about in An Evening with Kevin Smith. He said the way he got all the credit cards that he maxed out making Clerks was he got a mom and pop video store job, but he told the fucking credit card company that he owned a video store and that he made a lot of money every year. And so he got a job where he worked the counter, like sweeping up and shit. So anytime the phone rang, he answered it. And at some point they call asking like, oh, so your boss, Kevin Smith, how much money does he make a year? And he just said, yeah, he's the manager. He makes that much money a year. And they just started singing him all these credit cards. It's fucking genius.
It's fraud, but it's genius too. I think it's a little harder now, right? I think the protocol they go through, it's a little bit more, it's different. Like if you're trying to get a house, like I just did a refi. A refi is almost like closing on your mortgage when you buy your house. It's just sort of like getting a new mortgage under a different rate. And then, it's similar process, but they want your W-2s. They want your pay stubs from like the last month, right? And you got to do your verification of employment. They generally want to talk to your HR department. I'm not saying you couldn't fucking somehow manipulate that part, but at the end of the day, they want your pay stubs and they want your W-2s. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and they want to look at your debt to income ratio. It's like nobody really wants credit cards, but it also doesn't look good if you don't have any of that stuff. It's like if you have credit cards, you would think having zero balances is the best. Not necessarily. It's like if you owe $20,000 in credit cards across 4 cards, they don't want to see that one's completely paid off. They want to see that your utilization of each one's at like 10%, 15%. So like carry a balance of $1,000 or $2 on each one. It's a fucking game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And but I noticed that ever since I've owned a house, the last 3-4 years, spending money is just fucking unavoidable. Like I've got money going out the fucking wazoo for insurance, for taxes, house shit, house maintenance shit, whatever. And, I'm glad I have all the credit now and I got credit cards. I don't want to use them, but sometimes fucking shit happens and you got to put shit on a credit card and you got to pay it off. But
for one, I ain't no bank and you got shitty credit. As soon as I get paid, they're coming out the woodwork. Take your ass and get a job like you should, jerk. Unless you live where the trash is. Don't even come around here asking where my cash is. I'll fucking, our Limp Bizkit. We always got to mention Limp Bizkit at some point.
Is that the song? No, it's not the song.
Yeah, you said you pay me back. I'm joking. No. You deserve a slap for slacking. It's from the eyes of the ones that are blind.
I bought, not to get too like boring and home improvement, he'd be like, I took advantage. Sometimes, fuck, it sucks because it's like a gamble.
Give me back my money, you bum.
Give me back my money.
See, I had to throw that in there.
But it's a gamble though, man. But it's like, okay, it's like when people make improvements to their home. It's like, okay, well, I want to do this because it'll ultimately raise the value in my home. And if I raise the value in my home, I'm gaining equity in my home. So it's like, okay, if I put $10,000 into remodeling, my kitchen and my bathrooms or whatever, okay, that's a lot of money. I don't necessarily have $10,000 up front. So I'll open up a line of credit or something or whatever and do that in the hopes that it's a good investment. Like I'll just pay that off, but I've added like that much equity in my home, and it's a gamble. It's like you got to make these money moves. And I'm about to do that too. I bought all new because I'm going to remodel my downstairs, my living room, my floors in my living room, my kitchen. I'm going to remodel my kitchen, my countertops in the next few weeks and all that shit too. The bathrooms. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm doing that, I have to get new appliances. So over the holiday weekend, I did take advantage of that. I bought all new appliances, like, cause it's got to match, right? What the fuck you do to the counters and the colors. That shit's going to cost me a lot. And it sucks because it's like, what most people do is they open up a line of credit. Because a line of credit is not like a credit card. It's like a lot cheaper. And it's much, sometimes being an adult sucks, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking stressy.
So I just pulled up the trivia, and it was Quentin Tarantino that was originally offered the role that Redman later plays in the movie.
No, I thought you were going to say John Waters.
Nope.
Redman, did he give him a hard, resounding fuck yourself now?
It says the role was written for him, and it doesn't say what he said, if he was just busy or...
You know what? It would have made more sense because she's trying to be a star fucker. It makes sense that Tiffany wants to fuck a director to get in her movie. Why does it make sense that she wants to fuck Redman?
Redman's getting ready to direct his first movie. Is in the movie. Yeah. That's so shoehorned. It's like, okay, we could pretty much whatever celebrity we get, we can shoehorn him into this role and just basically make sure he's called by his name. That's all it is. But yeah, Tarantino makes a lot more sense now. Redman. But I remember this. TV spots for the movie display an unusual disclaimer. Britney Spears does not appear in this movie.
Yeah, I remember that. I vividly remember that. That's so funny.
And it wasn't a joke. Apparently, it says because Britney's management was concerned that people might be led to believe that Britney actually appears in the movie. I always figured it was just a joke. Like, obviously, she's not in the movie.
I mean, if you can't tell, the movie's a fucking parody by watching the trailers. And it ended with like the oops, I did it again on the vanity plates, right? And the middle finger.
Well, Chucky says, oops, I did it again. It says Britney won on the license plate.
Oh, okay.
But she thought her fans were that dumb that they would think, oh, that's her in there.
Yeah, that really does. It's just an insult to her base. I'm trying to think of something comparable where like had they said that, I don't know. It's like Scary Movie. Like, we want to let you guys know this has nothing to do with the Scream franchise or Wes Craven. He had nothing to do with this.
Mm-hmm.
The bong rips and the wazop, that's not him, just to make that clear.
The original script title for Scream was Scary Movie.
Yeah, I remember.
Crazy. But that's kind of funny. We talked about Quentin Tarantino, and he was going to be involved with this movie for like a second or something.
It sounds like they wanted him, but he didn't necessarily... He wasn't agreeing to it.
If he was written in the script, they probably had like some kind of understanding. Like, yeah, that would be fun. But then he probably just didn't have time.
No, dude, people do that all the time.
Oh.
People all the time write scripts for particular actors in mind in hopes that they can get them. In a role like this, they're like, well, if he says no, we could easily put in Redman. I mean, you could literally inject anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even if you couldn't get a
Marlon
director,
Wayans.
even if you couldn't get another director where it makes total sense, fuck, they literally did it by getting Redman. Like, well, we can get Fred Durst, we can get fucking the ShamWow guy and just say they're directing their first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's really what they couldn't even get a filmmaker instead of him. They had to get a fucking non-filmmaker and say, it's just so stupid. And it's like the most unrealistic, like really Redman's directing his first movie as if he's established himself as being like into that. Like, we know him from that. No, like, it would make sense if it was Fred Durst because Fred Durst directs music videos. Like, okay, but it's just as stupid if it's like if they would have got fucking Flava Flav or something. Like, Flava Flav is going to direct his first movie. So we got him in here. Or fucking, what's that? Billy, I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's stupid. This movie's stupid.
Mm-hmm. Jason Fleming has said the only film he'd erase from his filmography is He Do Dat Chucky. I was dressed as Santa, getting killed by a doll on the set in Romania, thinking, where did I go wrong?
Well, no, that guy can fuck his ass with a pine cone because He got paid, right? Who is this fucking guy? He's a working actor, right? Is he on everybody? Is he on everybody's fucking Rolodex, right? Just is he waiting by the phone when people are just calling him off the hook to go audition? No,
I don't know who the fuck he is.
That guy,
except for this movie.
That guy maybe works once a year if he's lucky.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he was in a movie like this that had a theatrical release and he got a paycheck, working for scale, fucking he needs to thank his lucky stars. I fucking hate actors like that are too good for the roles that they choose to take.
Mm-hmm.
It's obnoxious. At the end of the day, man, these people that are all high and mighty, what are they called? What is their profession? They're actors. They're paying you to act. No one gives a fuck if you don't like the source material. It's your job to act like you do. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, you think if I was a plumber, you think I'd like to wrangle turds? No, my job is a plumber. They're paying me to go provide a service. So if you get offered C to Chucky, which you should be fucking grateful you did, because what was he doing for C to Chucky? I mean, if you read,
I just want to point out that Glinda is hot as fuck. Oh, fuck that.
His accent's really funny. His voice. Don't wear out.
I would hit that.
But
as of 2016, this is the only Child's Play movie Chucky film that contains nudity. I never thought of that.
Are they talking about Tiff's tits?
The mom in the shower too at the beginning.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not something I really think about. I guess you're right. Don't wear out. No, but yeah, dude, that's your fucking job. Even if I doubt they gave a fucking pawn like him the whole script, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason. They probably just gave him the scene. He could film his shit out of context. But even if he had the whole script in advance and he's like, wow, this is dog shit as he was reading it to himself on the shitter, who cares? Your job is to act and do the best you can in that dog shit and take a paycheck. So everybody acts like they're fucking Tom Cruise, man. They can pick and choose and they're too good for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I tell him to fuck himself.
The whole thing with Glenn or Glinda is based on a movie from the 53 where Edward D. Wood Jr. plays a character, portrays a transvestite known as Glenn or Glinda.
Is that in relation to the Ed Wood?
I don't know. Edward D. Wood. I don't know. Maybe
he didn't want to associate, so we need to throw the D in there.
Yeah,
he's one of those guys. I was going to say something. I can't remember. I don't know. I think I'm going to pull up some questions, though. I think we got a few. I think it's so funny, man. I was listening to our Friday After Next commentary. I didn't get to finish it today, but I thought that was a lot of fun. That turned out really well. We got a comment on there that was awesome, dude. I fucking knew doing a Cube movie, going through his filmography was going to pull out our urban crowd.
Hell yes.
We have that demo, man. We're trying to cast the net wide. And so any recommendation, I like those movies, dude. Anybody wants to hear us do like Don't Be a Menace or shit like that, or Menace to Society? Don't Be a Menace. Fuck, I meant Menace to Society. We can do Don't Be a Menace.
Don't Be a Menace is good too.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna read these comments. I gotta figure out where I left off. Okay, I got it here. Did I read the Mr. Nanny?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think I did, because I've been doing good like you told me to. You suggested I start liking stuff as I read them, so I didn't. I trust it now. Yeah, this guy named Vic Vinegar. That sounds like a fucking stage name, a porn name. I don't know what that is. Vic Vinegar. Vic Vinegar, he commented on Mr. Nanny. Fucking stupid, all caps. I love it.
I replied to that one.
You say we know. Like, yeah, it is a shitty movie.
Yeah.
I don't understand. If you're gonna say that, like, elaborate. What is stupid? Is the movie stupid? Are we stupid? I mean,
he probably thought he was gonna see the movie.
We always say that. Unless you elaborate, we're just gonna assume that you wanted to watch the fucking movie and you're a bent out of shape fucking retarded asshole that can't read.
Because you thought you were gonna watch a movie on YouTube,
even though it clearly says commentary. But if you said this movie is fucking stupid or you guys are fucking stupid, that's all I need. All you had to put was you guys are
then
in
we
front.
Would say we know, yeah.
Yeah, it's like whatever, like I get it, whatever. Or, nobody. I love it when people are like, no one wants to hear you guys talk. Like,
exactly.
we
know. You know what? We're at the scene where they turkey basted the jism into fucking what's her name, Tiffany.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the babies, and I just thought of something. Fucking Tiffany, fucking what's her name? What's her last name?
Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly with pregnant tits. Damn.
It's so big and juicy.
Hell yeah. Damn.
Wanna suck 'em, Zach?
Hell yeah.
Suck mommy's titties?
See, what if that's her secret? What if she just gets pregnant before every movie shoot?
Would you fucking do a homemade mommy porn with Jennifer Tilly?
Hell yes.
It's like,
Baby's gotta feed. Suck on mommy's titties, Zach.
I'm getting bored just thinking about it.
they got fucking videos like that where it's like breastfeeding fucking fetish videos and shit. I now I've seen one of those. I fucking about died laughing, dude. My brother was showing me, and it was just it was this fucking like Indian woman or something. So she had a really funny accent, and she's just like staring at the camera, doing like a, you know, talking to you like it's first person view or whatever point of view, and she's like, "Oh, baby's hungry. Want to suck on mommy's titties? Want to suck on mommy's titties? Oh, that's a good baby. Good boy. Suck on mommy's titties." And it's like, you know, you're supposed to like, I guess, imagine.
And then you click on one. Yeah, you click on one because it's like, this is hilarious. And then they start recommending you all kinds of them because they think you like that shit.
No.
So now my entire recommended section is full of mommy porn.
Oh. And then those videos, do they squirt the fucking breast milk? It's like, what the fuck? It's like
I never saw those ones with the breast milk.
It's like your tits coming. It's like your tits coming in someone's mouth. But
yes.
That's so fucking funny. I do wonder what breast milk would taste like.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird. Anyway, moving on. Vic Vinegar, thanks for your fucking stupid comment about us being fucking stupid. Fuck your mother. She's stupid.
I'd suck your mom's tits, though.
Suck her mommy's titties. Suck her titties.
Let her feed me her milks.
Look, on a Garfield Christmas special, 1987, Blocko 69, our boy, he says, "My favorite Christmas gift was a toy called Monster Face. Always loved gruesome, sick shit growing up. Still do, but only when it's oozing out of a woman's or a man's pussy." What?
Hell yes. Yes.
Thanks for all the laughs. Merry Christmas from Canada.
Monster Face.
Canada, eh?
Was that those balls that were in like a clear ball, like you squeezed them and like snot came out of the nose and stuff? You remember those?
I know what you're talking about. Let me see. I'm going to look it up, actually. Monster Face toy.
Yeah, I remember.
Monster Face. That's exactly what it is. It's like a little prop head.
Monster Face. It makes me think of Cigar Face from Toxic Avenger.
I remember these, man. I remember these. Yeah, it has all the fucking shit coming out of the pores and the holes and the eye. Yeah.
Donk.
Yeah, I remember this, man. Those are pretty cool. But let's see here. I got to pull that back up. That's so funny. Wait.
Compliments of Cigar Face.
When it's oozing out of a woman and or man's pussy.
You there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Check it out.
I started this gangster shit. No, but that's pretty funny. There was I don't know if you sent it to me.
Hello?
I think can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
That was weird.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. You cut out for a while.
I thought you were doing like a fucking bit, and I started rapping Dr. Dre. Hello. Like, what the fuck?
No, I was sitting here like, hello? What's
I know.
going on?
You sounded like an idiot. But I was saying, Todd, I remember Riverman sent me this video one time about this like gay rapper that was doing this. It was like, I don't remember if the song was called it necessarily, but it was like "fuck my man pussy" or "fuck your man pussy," and it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Thanks, Blocko 69. You're the man. We appreciate your support.
Look, they're shooting jizz into an IV. That's donk.
That's a Mac and Zach comment. Are you guys got another Mac and Zach coming out, like a new one?
Hell yeah, they just heard it. It just came out last week, baby, on Friday the 13th.
Wait, the Krampus?
On Friday the 13th, it was a Jason movie.
Oh,
surprise release.
Oh, so it's not out as of this recording.
Duh.
Okay.
You gotta think of the future.
Duh. So I'll leave that for you guys. Gremlins, dude. Gremlins commentary. We did that a couple of Christmases ago, I think. Adrian Mendoza, he says, "I'm listening to this episode and I'm laughing out loud as you guys play snippets of the Eddie Furlong album." Dude, that's fucking crazy. And but I posted a comment in reply to that. I kind of have to defend Eddie Furlong a little bit because it's kind of funny to me, but the only difference, he's just a product of his time and his era, because the only difference between Eddie Furlong and the pop stars that are popular today is just the fact that the pop stars today have auto-tune at their disposal, right? Because if auto-tune was really a thing back in the early 90s, they would have fucking used it on him. Because there's tons of these fucking artists that probably sound like a fucking Edward Furlong, add a fucking key and pitchy as shit, if you take that shit off. So
did I ever mention that on the Blu-ray or DVD of Detroit Rock City, they're recording like their cover of the Rock You All Night or whatever for the beginning of the movie, and there's some footage of him in the studio recording his lines, and he's like, all right, I gotta tell you, I suck. He's like smoking, and she's like, I suck, I've done this before. And I was like, when has he done this before? And it all made sense when we found out that CD existed. It was like the setup to a joke that took fucking like 8 years to pay off.
to get caught up, dude, until that one guy from fucking Korea decided to put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Why did it take someone so long? Like I said, in the age that we live in now with the internet where nothing is a secret, dude, he fucking probably just like, man, I'm so glad I'm a washed up hack and no one cares enough because that has not resurfaced. That must be it. Actually, it probably made me feel like shit if it hadn't resurfaced, because that really means no one gives a fuck about you. But anyway, that's pretty funny.
He thought, oh, they just asked me to be in the new Terminator. It's going to be resurfacing again. But then he got the news that it was just his face.
Which, by the way, he elaborated. Somebody was interviewing him recently, which that could have been us, Zach. I wanted to get him. But somebody interviewed him, and or maybe it was at or something, but he commented. He was asked to comment about the T2. And now, of course, that non-disclosure, right, shit's up because the movie's out now and he's not going to hurt anything. He kind of showed a little bit more frustration, just like, no, more like disappointment. He's like, yeah, I was real disappointed at that. He's like, I mean, you know, I would have liked, I hate to paraphrase him, but it almost seemed like he was delusional. He said, you know, I'm glad I got paid to do it. It was great. He's like, I would have liked to have stayed on and, you know, made a whole lot of money, like basically be in the series again. But he's like, and he left off with like, but who knows what the future holds? Like, dude, they're not fucking calling you, dude. Like, don't even leave it up. But what blew me away is he said he did work on it. He's like, yeah, it was only about one day. So I'm like, at what part did they need you? Do they require your presence? They
probably made him shoot different footage and then just de-aged it. They probably didn't like use some kind of deep like pictures of him as a kid, really. Or, who knows?
So they used the kid actor. So maybe they took mocap of his face, like mouthing the lines. Maybe, yeah. And then they de-aged it, I guess. But if you see this movie, you'll be blown away too that they actually needed him. It looks like they literally just made a phone call and said, hey, dinner's on us tonight. Thanks. We're using your likeness.
Get on Skype. We're going to take some screenshots of your face.
Yeah. It was, better yet, we dusted off a box of your old album covers, your album we found in the attic. We're just going to take these pictures and you in that oversized fucking suit with the rose in your hand. We're just going to use that. That's good enough, kid. But
we can use that here in America because no one here saw it.
I'd be curious to know how much he made. Yeah, they probably just paid him scale, right?
Probably, yeah.
Like I think I don't remember what scale's up to right now, but if you're in the guild or whatever, I think it's $200. If it's more than that, it's probably just $3. But I think $200 is what you have to make, even if you're an extra. You have to make $200. I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, "Hey, $200, take it or leave it." You're working one day, $200 a day. But
he was like, I was a part of this series all this time, and this is what I mean to you. And like, okay, we'll get another kid to do it. He's like, no, I'll do it.
Yeah, it's something like that. But regardless of what he got paid, I'm pretty sure he was a pretty easy score. Cannibal Holocaust, which featured Riverman, by the way. Oliver Klozoff put a comment here that made me really happy. He says, sorry, Zach, but Blair Witch 2 is awful.
You lie. Fuck you.
It's not
How
a
dare
great
you?
movie. It's not a great
amazing
movie.
It's the greatest movie ever made.
Thanks, Oliver. Close off. It's always good when someone agrees with me for once. Lastly, I'm going to read a couple of comments on Friday After Next. That's the one we released last weekend. William Lowry says, I have a brilliant idea to bring back Friday called Friday the 13th, in which Ice Cube and Chris Tucker's characters from the movie have to survive an attack from Jason Voorhees, who has shown up in their neighborhood to cause trouble. Goofy crossover ideas aside, I'm just wondering, but are there any plans for Revival House to appear at a convention next year? I know Aaron had mentioned the possibility of appearing at a con in Arizona. P.S. When's the commentary on Mike Epps' greatest movie, Resident Evil Apocalypse, coming? I would do the other Resident Evil movies. Why not? They're kind of shitty. And the first one
For a second, I was like the other. We haven't done any of them. And then I realized, oh yeah, we did.
We did the first one. The first one did decent numbers for us. We should do them. Mm-hmm. You know, the first one did decent numbers for us, decent traffic, pretty good. I would be down. I've never actually seen them. I don't know if I'm willing to commit to actually watching them first, but I'm happy to do like a commentary for them. And the Friday idea, it'd be funny. It wouldn't. Donk. It's so funny. As stupid as it is, it wouldn't be the worst. It's by default not the worst Jason movie already. Mm-hmm. Like it can't possibly be worse than Jason X, or it would be better than Jason Goes to Hell. I don't like the remake, so I'd probably put it up above that too.
It would be Jason in the Hood and fucking Another Friday movie. It'd be donk
at the same time. And watch, that's the one Chris Tucker finally agrees and does for some damn reason.
And he dies in it at the beginning.
Like, you know, the first scene, that's in his clause, his contract. He has to die in the first scene. Pull some Harrison Ford shit. How would Smokey yell when he's getting stabbed?
Like he does in fucking that other movie.
Oh, I was wanting you to do it. I thought Mac's impression was pretty good.
I can't do it now. My throat is killing me.
Mac's got a really high voice. He could do that Roger Klotz fucking and smoky voice. You can't. You can do the low shit. Yeah, it's cool, man. As far as the question about the convention, it's a little too early to really discuss all that shit with Zach and Riverman. But I mean, if we do a con this year, I like the idea of them coming out here and we can do Mad Monster here in Phoenix, because
look at this fucking Poindexter.
Yeah, dude, he does not look like a natural redhead. They couldn't get a real ginger. This is appropriation if I've ever seen it. This is all the shit they always talk about when they whitewash traditionally Asian or black roles.
He's wearing red face.
Yeah, exactly.
Freckle face.
There wasn't a fucking good enough ginger nut out there to cast. It's ridiculous.
That's a dank picture, though.
Look at her tits in that sundress.
Hell yeah.
Look at that kid checking her out. Kid's looking down her fucking shirt, man. I would too.
Kid's like, damn.
But anyway, once we get a little closer to summertime, maybe in the next few months, maybe the next couple months, we could start talking about it. But if we can do that, I want it to be here. I just think it's feasible. You know, we've done the Midwest. I'd like to go back out there. I mean, Todd lives out there, so it's like, I'm sure we'll go back out of the Midwest at some point. But Mad Monster's really good. They get a lot of really big guests, but yet it's more small and it's more intimate. It's a really cool thing. And there's like a fucking casino in there and shit like that. There's like a lot of shit to do to kill time. There's a lot of fun stuff. And I got my house here. Those guys don't have to pay for fucking hotels. I got a car. No one has to fucking worry about like Uber shit. I just think ultimately it would be cheaper for everybody too.
So back when we were watching this at the theater. So through the whole movie, there's this black dude in the front row. He's got his kids with him, and he was laughing his ass off every time a joke happened. He was like, "Yeah, fuck, this crazy shit." He's like fucking laughing, and at the end, he stands up, turns around, looks at all the audience, and goes, "Yo, this movie's fucking shit."
Yeah, you told us that.
Me and Mac were looking at each other like we thought he was loving this movie. He was just laughing ironically, I guess.
That's so fucking funny. Yeah, no, I know those people too. I can't really gauge. Like even if I'm watching a movie with them, I can't really gauge how they like a movie. Like literally, I'll think they're into it just by their interaction, them laughing or them commenting and stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, I kind of predict, because I always ask people like, what do you give it? And I'm like, okay, clearly their engagement in the flick tells me they're gonna give it at least a 7 or an 8, and they'll be like, it's a 3. Like oh, it sucked. I'm like, what? Like, it's so funny how people are. But yeah, no, William Lowry, thanks, man. We'll let you know. I think we'll probably have to start talking about that stuff in the next couple of months, but we'll put it out there. I want to get fucking Todd's lazy ass out here. I mean, he can break away from the kid for like a weekend. But Anyway, Friday after next, we'll leave it off with a new commenter, Dante, King of the Jungle. Is it that Dante?
Yeah, the Dante was sleeping in his closet at the beginning of Clerks.
Not that Dante. From you, Dante. Where do you get your weed? King of the Jungle. He says, would love to hear your commentary on next Friday with a question mark and an angel emoji and a laughing emoji. So, man, that implies that you actually listened to ours and you liked what we had to say. Unlike the other fucknut that's like, hey, fuck you guys for talking over something and giving you free entertainment.
Yeah, me and Mac once started doing a next Friday commentary. We got like 30 minutes in and we realized, like, dude, we're not even talking, or we're just quoting the movie. Like, no one's gonna watch this. We're just quoting the movie and laughing.
I remember you guys saying that was aborted. Fuck, I'd love to do next Friday. December's almost over. I mean, in a few, I wouldn't even mind knocking out next Friday in January just for shits. Because it's a fun movie to do. That's an easy watch. I know we all know that movie like the back of our fucking hands. I think it'd be easy and fun to talk about. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us on this. If you guys are into the Chucky shit, Zach already mentioned it earlier, but between Mac and Zach Save the World and Behind the Mask, BTM Podcast, we've done all the movies. So they're out there for you to explore. And you guys would know that if you guys were subscribed to the channel and all that good stuff. And you guys can go to the backlog and the archives. If you guys are on YouTube and you're not used to it, we're also on podcast services. Make sure you guys follow the links. After you're done subscribing to YouTube, follow the links over there to the podcast services and leave us feedback, 5-star ratings, all that stuff. Just trying to think of what else we got. Zach has been posting. We did like a marathon last Christmas of some Christmas specials, right? And Zach's been cutting those up and posting those throughout. I don't know if there's anything else uploaded at this point because, we're recording a few days out. But as of my knowing, we got It's a Bundyful Life commentary, Merry Will Children Christmas special, and then we got the Garfield Christmas special.
And then the Pee-wee Christmas special.
And Pee-wee, and I think we also did Rudolph. Did we do anything? Does that cover all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So probably by the time this is up, there's probably another one out. So basically, we're giving you guys these normal, regularly scheduled podcasts, brand new, up to date. But just know that we're also kind of giving you those bonus 4 like Christmas specials that were recorded a year ago. I don't really even know if you could tell. I don't know what we were talking about on those things. But anyway, check that shit out. Hopefully we'll have a Cinema Enema in January for you. Hopefully we'll record that here this month or something like that. And Mac and Zach coming soon. Yeah, that's all we got. We'll check you guys. I'm not going to check anybody out. Why was I going to say that? Doesn't make any sense. Zach, you got anything you want to say? I don't want to just like, I don't want to silence it.
Jack off and shoot your cubbies all over yourself. Make it look like the beginning of the opening of this movie.
Just pretend it's eggnog. Keep it seasonal. Yeah. We can all relate to that. Thank you guys. Merry Christmas as well. Even though we'll see you again before then, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the month, enjoying the season. I know I am. I don't want it to end, man, because it's like once you get to January, there's like nothing else to look forward to. You just get the shitty weather. There's no Christmas. It's bleak. But we'll be here to keep you company if you guys can't leave the house. If you live in Zach's part of the country, part of the, where it's just fucking you're snowed in, or you can't fucking leave your car because the ice and the roads, and you live in the backwoods like Zach probably does, and they don't really maintain your streets, and you got to stay a shut-in, man. You're like, well, listen to our podcast, watch a movie. We'll be here.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Peace out, and bye puppets. All that good stuff.
They should have said no. Instead of no animal was injured, they should have put no Britney Spears was injured.
Yeah. I can't believe I said peace out. What is this, fucking 1999?
Yeah.
I'm going to redo that. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye puppets. Next time. That doesn't make sense either. Why did I say next time?
Next time we do a show.
Till next time. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless, we're done.
End of the week at the Revival House. Next month's theme, you gotta figure it out. Italian zombies or Pauly Shore, a slasher with a knife and the girl next door, and 1 second in, get it all queued up and ready, hit play in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye puppets, Zach Pete in a solo cut band. Couldn't miss crew, Cameron's loving, Josh and Scott Vale and Riverman's bed. bye puppets. Sounds good, like this country used to.
Oh yeah, we didn't even point out that this movie wasn't done by MGM or Universal.
Yeah, well,
Rogue
it could be
Pictures.
it could be the Easter egg at the end. Does Rogue still make? Rogue was making a lot of shit for a while there, but I haven't seen them in a while.
They
Like,
went rogue.
I think Rogue didn't Rogue put out Lost in Translation.
It started out as Focus, and they were too hoity-toity to put out a horror movie, so they made Rogue just to put this movie out.
Oh, so I am thinking of Focus.
So Lost in Translation would have been Focus, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why I just totally intertwined them, and I probably because like the Rogue, the font looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like Focus, and that's where my mind went. So you're right. That Focus is what I'm thinking of, but I don't even know when's the last time I've seen Focus. Focus put out Shaun of the Dead too.
Mm-hmm.
You know. All right. Anyway,
Revival House, 2019, y'all. That sounds like fire, like this country used to.